Välkommen alla sammen, taking you guys to a very special place here, very old, very sacred, and I don't really have, my sources and books to provide the usual academic type information that I usually do, so it's gonna be a lot of rants while I'm back home in Norway, but rants in the forest. There's a lot of other YouTube channels who do very well with that, so let's see how it goes. The cultural appropriation of Norse religion, Scandinavian culture. Lots of stupid, wild, and crazy answers about this, and people fighting all over the internet. As usual, I'm here to piss off both sides, but I think I'm gonna give an answer that most people agree with. All these people speaking about this online and getting into fights about this question, did anyone maybe think to, I don't know, ask a Scandinavian how they feel? We see people from all over the world trying to answer this question like they have the all authoritative power, and it's pretty simple to just ask a Scandinavian how they feel about the appropriation of Scandinavian culture. I don't know why someone didn't think of that before. So for me, I have the right to speak about this because I'm Norwegian. I think it's actually okay and pretty cool that people come into Norse paganism and, the Viking culture and try to learn about Scandinavian culture. I think that's all cool as long as they show respect and as long as they are at least trying to get things as historically accurate as possible, and they're at least trying to get good information. That's me. I have that opinion. Other Scandinavians may have a different opinion. They might not like what they see going on with these Hollywood movies just fucking up what little awesome culture we have left from thousands of years ago, and they don't like all these people coming into their religion and just kind of bastardizing it. And that, I don't agree with them, but I agree with their right to say it. They are my Scandinavian brothers and sisters, of course, so I support them and their freedom to say how they feel about this question. Here's the thing, I can speak about this, other Scandinavians can speak about this because we're Scandinavian and it's our culture we're speaking about. Look at this beautiful place. Now down there was a very old settlement going back to the Stone Age. We're speaking about 9,000 years ago even. So this is a very old place, and this is a sacred woods right here that I'm filming from. So again, the whole point I make this is because people seem to forget the fact that Scandinavia has a culture too, and it should be treated like any other culture in the history of the world. We would not let other people speak about the cultural appropriation of a culture that is not theirs, right? We wouldn't allow this with any other culture in the world, and we shouldn't allow it with Scandinavians either. Yes, I think it's fine that people come into the Norse religion and Scandinavian culture, but they are not allowed to appropriate it, and they are not allowed to welcome others to do the same thing. I'll give you an example. I look to Native American spirituality all the time. I think it's great. I take a lot of my wisdom from that. I take a lot of good things from that, and I have a lot of respect for it. What if I just started wearing feathers in my hat, appropriating this culture, dancing around like a jackass, trying to be, what we see on movies as a Native American? And what if I showed up at a Native American ceremony, private ceremony, all loud and unwelcome, and not only do I do that, but I welcome everybody else in. Hey, come on everybody, let's be Native Americans. Come on, let's do this thing. Oh, the Native Americans, oh, don't worry about them. We are more than welcome. If Native Americans try to say we're not, then fuck them and they're racist. See, that is not okay. I would not be allowed to do that, but this is exactly what I see online. People talking about Norse culture and spirituality. I'll give you another example. I look to Hinduism all the time. I have a lot of respect for the Hindu spirituality, and I've been to India and I love it, and I look to this culture to fill in some of the blanks of Norse paganism all the time. I've been to India and I have been to the temples there. I've been to the Hindu temples, and one of the rules is you have to be quiet, you have to not talk so loud, and you have to take your shoes off. What if I just went in there fucking yelling, hey, fucking, we're Hindus now, come on everybody, walking in there with my shitty shoes in, pissing everybody off and filming a selfie, hey, we're Hindus now everybody, look at this. And the Indians start to get mad at me, and then I say, oh no, you're racist, you're not allowed to say those things. And come on everybody, let's come in, and I bring fucking millions of people into the temple to do the bad thing. This is not allowed, but this is exactly what people are doing with Norse culture. So again, in my opinion, everybody has the right to at least come in to the Norse spirituality and learn about Scandinavian culture, as long as they are treating it with respect and trying to get things historically accurate. What they are not allowed to do is go online talking about it and welcoming the whole world in. I don't want to see any Americans with zero Scandinavian DNA welcoming others into the religion. I don't want to see any Italians, Africans, Middle Easterns, Asians, or Native Americans anywhere in the world. They do not have the right to welcome people into a culture that is not theirs. So in my opinion, they have the right to come into the culture, but they do not have the right to speak about these questions. That's like showing up at a party that I invited you to, but you show up acting like a drunk dumbass and you invite half the city with you. So that's the only thing I have to say about that, and I think most people can agree with that. So hope you enjoyed the forest rant. That's all for today. Vi ses nästa gång.